Procrastination is a structural failure. When your mind is completely overloaded by unresolved decisions, the whole system crashes. What looks like a lack of willpower is actually the brain stalling under the weight of too many open loops. Ambitious people live with this constant internal debate. Every morning begins with a negotiation about what to do first. We wait until we feel ready, fearing a wrong choice, ending up trapped in mental traffic. In industrial design, a bottleneck occurs when too much pressure hits a narrow opening. Progress stalls at the restriction. The mind becomes this exact bottleneck when every action requires manual evaluation. If every step requires a fresh decision, workflow halts. Procrastination is the natural result of this decision chaos. It is a system problem, not a moral failing. Consider the volume of inputs in this AI music production studio. Synthesizers, code editors, and reference materials create an environment that demands constant processing. Relying on raw memory or morning motivation in this setting leads to immediate organizational collapse. Without a plan, you spend hours just attempting to locate the starting line. While we romanticize spontaneous genius, execution depends on unglamorous machinery. Physical tracking systems, checklists, and documentation prevent high-level ideas from degrading into noise. Surviving high-complexity ambitions requires solid external infrastructure. You simply have to stop trusting your mood to drive the work. Continually remaking the same small choices creates an exhausting energy cost known as the decision tax. This shows up in micro-negotiations, debating gym schedules, choosing which shirt, or archiving an email. These choices burn through cognitive fuel before the real work begins. By the time you sit down to create, you've already spent your focus arguing with yourself about the schedule. Motivation is a volatile sine wave. Architecture provides a solid, repeatable path. You build this using default rules. These are decisions made once, so they're never revisited. You set the rule, apply to 3 roles daily, or work out every Monday, and the debate ends. Default rules bypass emotional negotiation. They transform repetitive choices into automated behavior, leaving your energy available for the work itself. A documented system acts as active friction management. As seen on this whiteboard, mapping out project milestones moves ideas out of the head and into a visible reality. Recording the exact logic of a process transforms vague ambitions into tangible operational assets. Once it is written down, it can be measured and improved. Many founders fall into the trap of the martyr complex, insisting on manually reviewing every detail. This makes the individual the ultimate bottleneck, capping their potential at the limit of their own daily capacity. True leverage comes from the amortization of effort. You invest the time once to build a rule that yields returns every time it is executed without your direct involvement. Vague, massive goals create a cloud of emotional pressure. When the brain faces a task like fix my career, it reacts with avoidance because it lacks a clear entry point. You solve this by using small execution units. Shrink the objective until the first move is too small to resist. Instead of fixing a career, you update one section of a resume or message one professional contact. These units bypass the brain's resistance. They allow for immediate motion without requiring a burst of inspiration or a perfect mood. Motion creates a feedback loop. That feedback allows for refinement, and refinement builds the confidence necessary to sustain even stronger movement. The brain executes clearly defined steps with ease. It only stalls when faced with ambiguity. The belief that we must feel confident before we can begin is a trap. Confidence follows repeated execution. It is the proof earned after staying in motion long enough to trust your own output. Shift focus from managing your mood to architecting your systems. Design a mechanism that channels chaotic energy into a single focused beam. Close the open loops. Define the precise next step. Make the decision once. Momentum depends on architecture. Build the system, and the movement follows.